Will everyone please take their seats? In accordance with the Constitution and laws of the state of Texas, I, Jane Nelson, Secretary of State of the state of Texas, call the Texas House of Representatives of the 89th Legislature to order. As we begin today, let me remind you that under the terms of conduct for the House Chamber, the presiding officer is charged with preserving order and decorum, including in the gallery, the lobby, and adjacent spaces. I would ask those persons on the floor and in the gallery to comply with the principles of decorum as outlined in your program. The House Gallery, please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the national anthem and pledges of allegiance to the United States and Texas flags. The invocation will be delivered by the Reverend Gregory S. Davidson from the Cross Point Presbyterian Church.
Would you join me in prayer? Dear God, our mighty creator and sustainer, the one in whom we live and move and have our being. Lord, I stand here this afternoon to invoke your name, to ask for your presence, to seek your guidance for this, the 89th session of the Texas Legislature. You are the great lawgiver, the one from whom all laws and statutes flow. Without you, we are set adrift on a lawless sea of despair. For we know that when left to our own devices, we oftentimes fall into chaos. Forgive us, Lord, when we do. For you desire better for us. You allowed the founders of this great republic to create a government, an association based on representative democracy, with this branch being closest to the people that it serves. The women and men standing here will swear an oath to be those representatives. But Lord, in reality, they are your vicars and viceroys of your government, those whom you have empowered to hear the cries of the people, to act on their behalf, and to maintain order, promote justice, and punish evil. While it is you who have placed them here, each of them have answered your call with great cost and great personal sacrifice. And not only them, Lord, but also their families as well. I ask your blessing on the spouses, the children, the family members, that you will strengthen them while their mothers and fathers are away, that you will keep them safe and protect them until these citizen legislators can return to their homes after the session is over. Lord, I ask your blessing on the legislative staff who will help these representatives carry out their sacred duties, that you will give them staff who will provide wise counsel, sound advice, and help them to promote character and honesty and integrity. Lord, I ask your blessing on the staff of this chamber and on the affiliated legislative support agencies around it, that you will protect these employees during their long hours ahead, that you will lift them when they get weary, and that you will remind them of the important work that they do to support the founders' vision of a sound and fair state government. And finally, Lord, I seek your blessing on these legislators themselves. May you give them the patience of Job, the vision of Abraham, the statesmanship of Sam Houston, the courage of Juan Seguin, the eloquence of Barbara Jordan, and the selfless service to the cause of Texas of Clara Driscoll. For Jesus, you told us, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of God." And so they are. Today, Lord, may we all be peacemakers so that we may be your children. For it is in your most holy and perfect name that I pray. Amen.
Amen. Please remain standing. Today we are pleased to have Alexandre Durantes from the Butler School of Music at the University of Texas at Austin perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please remain standing as we ask our respective deans to lead us in the pledges. The chair recognizes the Honorable Tom Craddock of Midland County to lead the pledge to the United States flag.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Texas Capitol. I'd like for you to stand, those of you who haven't, and turn around. I'm going to turn around, and I want the American flags on the left, and they've already got it up there. I'd like for you to follow me, and let's hear it really strong for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The chair recognizes the Honorable Zephronia Thompson of Harris County to lead the pledge to the Texas flag.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee.
I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas,
One state under God, one and indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dean Thompson. Thank you. You may be seated. Well, thank you. I am Jane Nelson, Texas Secretary of State, and it is my privilege to join you on this very important day as we open a new legislative session dedicated to serving the people of Texas. For the new members who may not know me, before serving as secretary, I had the privilege of serving Texas in the Senate for 30 years. Thank you. And I remember vividly the excitement of my very first opening day, being sworn in. I had my 5 children with me right there on the Senate floor, and the excitement of celebrating with friends and family. And I want to tell you, brand new members, congratulations and welcome. Thank you for your willingness to serve. And returning members, welcome back. And thank you for continuing to serve the people of Texas. Many of you have family here with you, and I want to welcome all of the family members and friends who support these legislators. We understand the sacrifices you make when your loved ones answer the call to public service. So whether you're here today or cheering from home, I know there are cameras up there somewhere looking out, seeing, I just thank you for supporting these members. Thank you, truly. I wish everybody here could be where I am, looking at you, seeing what I see. A chamber that's filled with individuals and families that reflect our great state, filled with hope and filled with excitement. And don't forget to look around. I mean, just look at where we are. Did you look walking in at the magnificence of this building? Think of the history that has taken place here. Sometimes, Walter Fisher's been around longer than I have. Tom Craddock, I think you have too, Zephronia. I mean, some of us have been around for quite a while. And new members learn from those that have been around for a while. But sometimes when I was over there in the Senate working long hours, members, you're going to work long hours. Sometimes I'd been here long hours, and late at night, I would go up to the Senate chamber when nobody else was there, and I would sit in the Senate chamber and just think about those that served before me. I was inspired by the honor and the dignity and the pride of being a Texan. Now, did those members disagree with each other? Of course they did. You see that man sitting there, right? Mike, put up your hand. Okay, that's my husband right there. And I've been married to him for 50 years. Thank you. Thank you. And a side note, it took him 5 years to ask me to marry him, but that's an aside. But we certainly don't always agree. And we're just 2 people. Now, this body here is made up of 150 members, representing districts that are very diverse: urban, rural, suburban, rich, poor. Of course there are going to be differences, but there are core issues that are important to all of us that are quite similar. We all want our families to be healthy and safe. We all want our children to receive a good education. We all want an economic climate in which businesses can grow and prosper. Today marks the beginning of 140 days of work on behalf of the people of Texas. There will be challenges and there will be debates. But remember, we are family. We are all Texans. We care about each other. We take care of each other. And together, we will continue to be the best state in which to live and work and raise a family. Thank you. And with that in mind, let's move on to the next order of business. See, Charlie Guerin, I promised you this would be short. The chair announces the appointment of the following temporary officers and employees of the House of Representatives of the 89th Legislature. The clerk will read the officers.
Temporary officers of the 89th Legislature. Parliamentarians Walter Fisher and Sharon Carter. Assistant Parliamentarian Thomas G. Samuels. Chief Clerk Stephen Brown. Assistant Chief Clerk Mark Cervantes. Journal Clerk Jennifer Teagan Duran. Voting Clerk Scotty Hagan. Sergeant-at-Arms Kara Coffey. Assistant Sergeant-at-Arms Brianna Wallace. Doorkeeper Alec DeGiulio. Reading Clerks Mason Roberts and Alyssa Vargas. Committee Coordinator Stacy Nicchio. Assistant Committee Coordinator Damian Duarte. Executive Director House Business Office Stephen D. Adrian. Assistant Director House Business Office Scott D. Siebert. Chaplain Gregory S. Davidson.
The Chief Clerk will call the roll of members-elect of the House of Representatives of the 89th Legislature according to representative districts.
Please answer present as I call your name. District 1, Gary Van Dever. District 2, Brent A. Money. District 3, Cecil Bell Jr. District 4, Keith Bell. District 5, Cole Hefner. District 6, Daniel Alders. District 7, Jay Dean. District 8, Cody Harris. District 9, Trent Ashby. District 10, Brian Harrison. District 11, Joanne Schofner. District 12, Trey Wharton. District 13, Angelia Orr. District 14, Paul Dyson. District 15, Steve Toth. District 16, Will Metcalf. District 17, Stan Gerdes. District 18, Janice Holt. District 19, Ellen Troxclair. District 20, Terry M. Wilson. District 21, Dade Phelan. District 22, Christian Manuel. District 23, Terry.
Ways that you will haze Senators Hagan, Boo, Hinojosa, and Cook as the freshmen at this coming session. You got to work your way into it. Let me just quickly share with you two thoughts. One is recently I was flying across the country, and for seemingly an hour of the flight, we were in clouds and we were making turns. And I was thinking, I don't have any idea where we are, where we're going. But surely the pilots did, because the pilots were in the same clouds, but the pilots had something that I did not have. They had controls to show them exactly where we were, how we were doing, the altitude, the speed, all that kind of stuff. I bring that up because I know this, and especially the seasoned senators know it also. Once we get past all of these celebrations and get down to business, and when we get into the crux of the business, which will be confusing, there'll be 100 bills flying across the floor all at one time, it may seem like you're stuck in a haze of clouds. And I submit that you too have controls that you can look at during those times of seemingly obscurity. And I submit to you these two guideposts. One is the oath that you just took to preserve, protect, and defend the constitutions of the United States and of this state. Now, when a phrase like that is uttered, oftentimes people will think of somebody like the Attorney General, who fights every single day to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and fight for that. Oftentimes, some people will look at our judiciary and say, well, that should be their lodestar. They don't connect it as much as they should to the role that you all as senators play. Because there are challenges that we face every single day where the reality is there is a failure across this state to follow the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state. And it's not just up to the judiciary and the attorney general to do something about it. It is up to the legislature to establish the guidelines, the laws of what must be done to ensure that we adhere to our Constitution and to the laws of the state of Texas. I could give you a lot of examples. I'll share just one. I don't see her right now, but I know Senator Betancourt, I'm thinking of Senator Huffman. They hail from a city where there have been people who have been murdered by people who were let out on bail who had been arrested for a prior murder. We have a problem with judges not adhering to the laws, what should be the law, and that is you don't let somebody arrested for murder back out on the streets just to kill somebody else again. It is going to be up to us in the Senate, in the House, and me working with you to make sure we do something about that so we stop criminals from killing other innocent people in our state. The second guidepost was kind of a Texas slogan. We're the land of opportunity. And it's not by happenstance. Why is Texas more the land of opportunity than other states? Why is it that other people are leaving other states to come to the land of opportunity of the state of Texas? Candidly, it's been something that's happened since the time of Moses Austin. But it's accelerated in recent years. And there are reasons for it that are embedded into the laws that you have passed session after session after session that have made Texas a far more attractive place to be. My ask of you is that you look at that title of the land of opportunity and do everything you can to ensure that it is not eroded by rules and regulations and legislation that ties the hands of the people, the hard-working Texans who have made Texas the land of opportunity. But it's more than just maintaining the land of opportunity. Our goal should always be to expand that land of opportunity. I can testify for a fact to the urgent pleas of thousands of Texans to please use your voice and use your vote this session to expand the opportunity for every parent to choose the school that's best for their child. There's a hunger for that in so many ways. And you all are at the control switch, guiding this flight for the next 140 days. And I ask that God bless you and God guide you in your pathway to ensure that together we will keep Texas the best state and the greatest country in the history of the world. God bless you all. And God bless the great state of Texas.
Governor Abbott, I'm honored to tell you that the Senate is organized, as always, and we are ready to begin this upcoming session. We're ready to go to work. You give us the direction, we're ready to go. We're waiting for those emergency orders. We're ready to go. And I will also just so everyone knows, we passed that school choice bill 5 times. We passed that bail bill 5 times. I don't know who my partner is going to be across the hall, but we've passed these bills many times. You know, something for all of you who are visiting. How many of you are here for the first time in the Senate? Raise your hand, visiting today. So one of the things that most people don't know is we are not Washington, D.C. Our senators, Republicans and Democrats, work together, and nearly 98% of all bills that pass this Senate pass on a bipartisan basis. We have respect for each other. We know each other. Just 31 of you. And you will learn, the new 3 senators, that by the time this session is over, you will know about their families. You will know about their life. You will know what they are all about. And you're going to find that the other 28 that you're joining are really great people. Really great people. So it's a great honor for me to be Lieutenant Governor. This is a special day, and so we want to take a break here very quickly so that you all can be with family. We will take about, she said 5 minutes, I'll give you 10. This is Karina. She's my parliamentarian. She's been here for 20 years, I think. 21? The best one in the building. Patsy Spa is the Secretary of the Senate. She runs everything. She has over 200 employees that work for her to get the work done. You never see them. The lead team is out front here. But 200 people that it takes to get this job done. And I would like for you to stand for her. This is her 56th year serving the state of Texas. We couldn't do it without you, Patsy. And every member knows she treats everyone so equally. Doesn't matter the party, doesn't matter your district. She's always out there to make your job better. So our new Chief Justice, Jimmy Blacklock, our Governor, the First Lady, thank you for being with us. I see our Attorney General, Ken Paxton. Thank you for being here today, Ken. I'm not going to introduce everyone because I'll miss someone, but I see our Railroad Commissioner, Wayne Christian, and Sid Miller, our Agricultural Commissioners. Please stand up. And our Chief Justices of the Supreme Court and the Criminal Court of Appeals, please stand up. The Senate now will stand at ease for 10 minutes. Pending the departure of our guest. Thank you.